Okay, we're live. Good morning, everyone. This is Mr. Russo, your day e-learning vice principal that is supporting your program. And I just wanted to give you an opportunity to say hello and connect with me, but also welcome you to the program and also welcome you to your course by supporting you right off the top. Today is officially our first day of the day e-learning program. And I'm just going to pause my other device here that's monitoring the chat and making sure that the live YouTube feed there is not playing in the background so that you don't hear any feedback. Anyhow, if you're able to log in using a Google account, then you can chat in the YouTube transmission as there is a chat area. But again, you're going to have to log in order to do that. If not, what you can do is I'm just copying and pasting a link into the chat area. And the link will take you to a Google Doc. And on the Google Doc, again, you don't have to log in. All you have to do is choose one of the boxes or squares within, it's not really a square, it's a rectangle, within the Google Doc. And then you can enter a question, a comment, and I will be monitoring both the chat area and the Google Doc to make sure that if there are any questions or comments that I can respond to them right now in the broadcast. That's why we're meeting. Okay? All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose to present my screen. And I will go to there we go. I'll go to our e-learning site homepage or login page rather. And so it is tcdsb.elearningontario.ca. And just a little bit of background here. So this is the TCDSB login page. But across the province, this e-learning site is sponsored and provided to all Ontario school boards by the Ministry of Education in Ontario. And the vendor that provides this e-learning site is is D2L, and their product is called Brightspace by D2L. However, the Ministry of Education has also sponsored various tools that integrate with this e-learning site. So we prefer to call our e-learning site the virtual learning environment. Okay. And that information and that support around the virtual learning environment comes from a branch in the ministry that is known as Technology Enabled Learning Ontario. And they're a wonderful group of people that support people like myself, your technology enabled learning and teaching contact, and district e-learning contact in each of the Ontario school boards. So what I'm going to do in my Google Chrome browser, I have gone to tcdsb.elearningontario.ca, and TCDSB students would basically select the login TCDSB students and faculty button. And then to log in, you would use your TCDSB username and password, the same username and password that you would use to sign into a school computer or to connect a personal device on the guest network so that you can access Wi-Fi. Okay. But for the sake of this support session, I've created a temporary account for myself. So I'm going to log in using the non-TCDSB students and guests button. Okay. So I'm going to log in. All right. So as soon as we log in, you're going to land on what's called the organization homepage. Okay. And there it is. So right now, students are looking at my homepage, and you may see a bit more information than you would as a student, sorry, as a teacher than you would as a student. So right off the top, I'll highlight some of the basics. And that is along the top here, we have these tiles, and this area is called a navigation bar. So for students, you're going to want to have a look at announcements regularly. So the reason why there's two places for announcements, you've got the announcements widget here that has a whole bunch of text and information. That's me communicating to you. But you also have an announcements tile or icon, because if you're on a tablet or if you're on a mobile device, once you log in, it's pretty convenient to see from the menu all of these tiles in order for you to access what you need to access. And part of the redesign and look of this new e-learning site is basically that responsive design that allows you to work on any device and really still have the same kind of experience. Um, it's pretty awesome, really, this new design and this new look. So again, the navigation bar, you've got the announcements, D2L live support. So when you're on a laptop or computer, if you click on D2L live support as an icon, it'll take you to a website that will allow you, and I'll just click on it now. It'll allow you to contact D2L, again, the vendor that supports this e-learning site. It'll take you here, and you'll notice that you can actually call them, you can email them, or you can even live chat with them. All right. And here are specifically some go-tos in terms of top questions for students and also for teachers as well. All right. So if you've got any technical issues other than your login and password, because when you have an issue with your login and password, you can either email me directly. That's joe.russo. So it's joe.russo @tcdsb.org. Okay. Or when it comes to password resets, TCDSB students can just go to any teacher within their day school and ask them to change their password, and that's the password that they would use to log into the e-learning website. Okay. All right. So we've highlighted support, announcements. There's also a student toolkit. Please drop in. Right at the beginning of the broadcast, I had mentioned that the Technology Enabled Learning Ontario branch of the ministry also worked closely with OSAPAC, which is another group of people that advise the ministry on the digital tools that they should sponsor for all Ontario schools and school boards and students and staff. So these are some of the integrations I was speaking to. Some of them just point to websites, but some of them are actually integrated. So please drop in. So for example, if you want to know what kind of software or services the ministry sponsors that students can actually take home to use, you can just select OSAPAC titles and put on a search. Okay. All right. So a lot of information here along the navigation bar. We tried to narrow it down to just a few icons. That way you can actually handle all the information that's shared there. So the next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to find your course. And so you either are going to see your courses here on the second third of the page, if that makes any sense, on the right-hand side under My Courses, or you can select the Select a Course grid, which is right up here. Okay, so right up there, and then once you select, you'll notice that your courses populate. So if you have quite a few courses listed, then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to search your course list by entering day 17, 18, SEM 2. Similar to this example right over here, which is day 17, 18, SEM 2. And what that'll do in the search is it'll bring that course or those courses to the front, to the forefront, so that way you can easily just pin up your courses. And how you pin up your courses is, again, this little pin right over here on the right-hand side next to the name of each course. That way your course would stay right at the very top of your course list. Okay? All right. So for the sake of this demonstration or support session, I'm going to select my course, and then I'm going to go to my course. So I'm here in my course. So what you're going to want to do, the first thing you're going to want to do is let your teacher know that you signed in, you found the course, and that you're ready to go. And of course, you're going to introduce yourself. So in order to do that, very simple. All you have to do is go to class list. And once you're in your class list, just have a look at the column called roll. And whoever is assigned as your teacher or teacher blended, just select their name. And once you select their name, you'll notice that a new window opens up that allows you to compose a message. Now, because I selected myself, the email address did not populate. But if you select your teacher as yourself, then their email will populate. So for example, I'll just select a student. So once I select the student, there you go. You'll notice that a personalized email address populates in the to field. So that way, all you need to do is enter a subject like hello, and then here you can just enter whatever it is the message is. If you want to attach a file, if you want to record some audio, you can do that as well. If you want to save it as a draft because you're not ready to go, then you can do that as well. Okay, so I'm going to cancel this. If you've sent an email before using any other email provider, then you know how to send an email to your teacher. So that communicating and knowing how to communicate in terms of the tools is fundamental to your startup and to your experience in your course. So please, the first thing you need to do is log in, find the course, and say hello to your teacher. Let them know that you're ready to go. Okay? All right. And some of the other features, just to continue along the communication tools focus here, along the very, very, very top row of your page, there's the home button that'll take you back to the home page of the organization. Then you've got your title of your course, which you can select. It'll take you back to the home page of your course. We already highlighted the 3x3 grid, which is select a course. Okay, so if you noticed there's some kind of notification on any of these three icons here. So you've got your email, I'll go directly to your email. The chat area, you can go and use the chat function. And also the bell here, which gives you any kind of alerts that, that have happened. You can go there, and once you select them, it'll tell you what's been shared. Okay? So communicating, straightforward. Make sure you go to your class list, find your teacher, select their name, communicate with them. And also, if you need to go back to your email, you select the envelope and go to your email. Or if you want to instant message someone, same thing. Select instant message. And then that way you can contact people, including your teacher. Okay? All right. The next thing we want to highlight is some of the more common tools you'll be using during your e-learning course. And that would be content. So selecting content would take you to the content area. Discussions would take you to the discussions area. I know this is straightforward, but I'll explain where you can go to get more information on each of these items and each of these tools within your course. Assignments. So if you're new to e-learning, then I won't have to explain that the name has changed for assignments. But for those that are returning, assignments is the new name for Dropbox. Okay. And then if your teacher is using quizzes, you would go here for quizzes. Okay. So why is it that we're not going into greater depth for any of these functions? Because there is an orientation course that's available for you on demand and whenever you really need to access it, which goes into greater detail. So here's an example of the course. So I'm going to select Learning Online and the Learning Online Student Orientation. And here it comes. So it basically is a resource that the ministry, TILO in particular, Technology Enabled Learning Ontario, shared with the province and really tries to target how to support students that are learning online and sort of allow them to understand how to get into that zone, how to be prepared, and how to set themselves up for a better experience and success within their course. Take a quiz, get to know you as an online learner. Then you can drop in and go into greater detail around some communication tools, the assignments tool, and I'm going to highlight the quiz tool as well as discussion tool and any other online tools you may need to use while in your course. Question 2, question 4, how do I manage my digital footprint? So there's some digital citizenship in here as well. How do I know that I'm doing well? And question 1, how do I learn online? Question 3, how do I connect with others? Again, more communication tools. There's more tools for you to explore. Your profile and your progress, how am I doing? Okay, so you can see that they've thought it out in terms of what information, what kind of an awareness piece that you need to be aware of while taking an online course so that you're set up for success. So, um, so what I want to talk about next, and pretty much end the broadcast there. After I finish talking, I'm checking the chat area. There's nothing here. So the course officially begins today. Folks, I want to make sure you're aware that we take attendance just like we do in day school. Okay, so when it comes to you being in an online course, please remember that you need to log in daily. If you don't, attendance is taken and you are marked absent. Okay, and even if you don't log in for the whole week, you're marked absent for the whole week. All right. The other thing is, please don't think that your teacher is online 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Not the way it works. You're taking day learning as a course, which is part of your timetable, which means during the day, you have a period in your timetable where you need to be online and you need to be communicating with your teacher, catching up on what was shared in their announcements and their calendar, if they share a calendar, but also ask questions and make sure that it's not last minute in nature. You want to have that opportunity to receive feedback, which means you have to make sure that you're submitting your work, your rough drafts, or whatever it is to get that feedback also in a timely manner. Okay? Please do not think that you have one period off during the day because you're in an online course. That is a very, very slippery slope. Okay. I know that you do have the opportunity to access your course and work at various times of the day, of the week, but attendance is taken. So you have to log in every day. You have to log in and keep in touch with your teacher, participate in discussions, really be part of your course community, just like you would in a face-to-face class that you're in every day. Okay, so that being said, friendly reminder that your e-learning course begins today. I also wanted to highlight where you can get more information. And so I'll go back to one of my websites here. And the website that you can go to get more information is bit.ly /TCDSB eLearn. Okay. So I will put that in the chat area, bit.ly /TCDSB eLearn. Okay. If you come and visit at this site, you'll notice that there's something here for everyone. Announcements, some advice around the new look for the e-learning site, information on the e-learning program, students. If you want to find out what's happening in your program, in other e-learning programs that we're going to have in the summer or through continuing education, same thing. There's information here. There's also a handout that was shared by Technology Enabled Learning Ontario, again, the branch in the ministry that supports all of us, that you can view and highlight what it means to take an online course and how to set yourself up for success. And here are the recordings from previous YouTube live sessions. But more importantly, the Day eLearning program update that's shared here already highlights the entire semester. The start date, the midterm date, when midterms are going to be available and printed and shared through your guidance counselor. The drop date without academic penalty is May 8th. If you are taking a grade 12 university level course, your final exam is on Tuesday, June the 19th at the Catholic Education Center, which is the TCDSB board office at 80 Shepherd Avenue East, scheduled from 6 to 9, so that you can already put that in your calendar and make that commitment firm. Okay? And that's it for now. If you've got any login issues, remember it's your TCDSB username and password. If you need a password reset, you can go to any teacher in your day school and they can reset the password for you. And if you need to contact me for anything else, it is joe.russo@tcdsb.org. That's joe.russo@tcdsb.org. All right. And that's it for now. Wishing you guys a great week, a wonderful family day, and of course, a very happy Valentine's Day on February 14th. All right. Bye for now.